boop. Hello. So I'm a mother. My cat lady potential has finally been unlocked. And yes, he's already a Tumblr sensation. Do you see this? Do you see this little dweeb? Real nature facts about the Bengus. Correct Bengus anatomy includes rat tail, big wacky goblin ears, the little grabby hands, big potato butt. Do not be fooled, the Bengus is in fact a fearsome murderer who thirsts for the blood and flesh of worm. The size of worm is irrelevant. The Bengus can be found in a variety of dens that are not and have never been IKEA storage. Son, do you see dead people? Behind the tapestry waiting to eat your toes, or passed out on the person of one of his mothers because he is a needy little bitch boy. Affectionate, obviously. So my insane cat lady potential, it has finally come to fruition. I have a Sunboy, and I'm obsessed with him, and I want to talk about him. So this video is pretty much about my first week to 2 weeks. I think this video will go up probably around the 2-week mark of adopting a 3-month-old Sphynx kitten, why I chose this breed, the process of getting him, how he's been settling in. My Bingus's name is officially Kaushik after the cat from Welcome to Night Vale. I don't stan Welcome to Night Vale anymore. I mean, I did when I was like 13, but I've just always thought that was a really cool name ever since I heard it on that show. Everyone in my life seems to think it's too weird and just calls him Bingus, but okay, fine, whatever, fine, it's cool, it's great. The name Kaushik means darkness, or it's kind of based on the Hebrew word for darkness. I know it's not pronounced the same way. If you look it up, it'll tell you the correct Hebrew pronunciation, but I'm just going with the pronunciation that they say on Night Vale, which is pretty much exactly how it's spelled. I always planned that if I got a black cat, I would name it that. He's technically more gray. He's not really a black cat, but he undoubtedly has spooky cat rights, and therefore, it's fine. I still think the name is fitting for him. Even if he almost never gets called Kaushik, he's got a million different nicknames, mostly Bingus, Bean, Rotisserie Chicken, Chicken Man, Poopy Boy. Poopy Boy is because on the second morning that we had him, he went in his litter box in the morning and stepped in his little poopy, and then jumped right back onto our bed and left us a little poopy footprint. So now he's Poopy Boy and he'll never live that down. But before we get into it, I need to tell you about this video sponsor, Harry's. I shave my cat with Harry's razors. Harry's is passionate about providing high quality razors for everyone. They're not pink and frilly and overpriced, nor are they for men. They certainly tick all of the boxes for me. I've been using Harry's for years now. I do tend to let my leg hair grow long and lustrous to keep me warm in the Canadian winter, but when summer comes around, it is really nice to put some shorts on, break out the Harry's razor, become smooth like egg for those hot girl summer occasions. And right now you guys can get a trial set from Harry's for just $3. It includes a weighted handle with a textured rubber grip, rich foaming shave gel suitable for sensitive skin with ingredients that are great for your skin like aloe and hyaluronic acid, and of course the blade cover to keep your blades protected while you're on the go. And if you end up liking the trial set, refill blades are only $2 after that and delivered straight to your door, and you don't need a regular monthly subscription or anything like that, so you can order them more frequently in the summer, less frequently in the winter, whatever works for you. Remember to use the link in the description below, harrys.com/strangeons, to redeem your trial set for only $3. You'll get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, a blade cover, and their foaming shave gel. It's a really incredible deal, so go check that out while supplies last. And now, back to your regularly scheduled content. I only shave my cat with Harry's razors. Okay, but I'm sorry. Put your back. So how did I go about acquiring a Poopy Boy? Well, this was the first picture that I ever saw of him, and I was like, that's him. That's my boy. That's just the huge blue eyes, the ears, just this. I saw this picture and I was like, that's the most perfect cat in the entire world. But like, he's so perfect. He's obviously objectively like this cat. That is a cat. So like, naturally, I'm like, he must have been adopted already. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get him. Ships in the night, alas. This was the picture of the whole litter, and I was like, okay, even if the perfect boy has been spoken for, I'm still interested in seeing these kittens. So I messaged the breeder and I'm like, hey, are any of these cats still available? And she's like, why yes, which one would you be interested in? And I was like, well, you know, ideally the one with like the little snoot and like the him. But like, they're all really cute and I'm okay with it if he's spoken for. And she was like, oh, him. The boy, you want the boy. He is available and he is the best boy and he has the best personality. And some of the other ones, they're a little bit more independent, but he's the best boy. And I was like, okay, I will come see him. I'm coming to see him tomorrow. I had been planning to wait to get a cat because we're moving at the end of this month. I was just starting to look into things because like I know a lot of breeders have wait lists and like I thought it was gonna be a long process. So I was like, okay, I'll go and like I'll kind of see like how things tend to go, and like I have no experience sussing out breeders, so I'm like, okay, I'll just go and like see, as if I wasn't gonna imprint on him the second that I saw him. So I ended up with a Bingus within a week of that visit. And just to address a little bit of the discourse before I go any further, I know there's discourse around adoption versus buying your cats from breeders. Absolutely adopt. There's no reason to get a pet from a breeder if you can find a pet that you really connect with in a shelter. But I very specifically wanted a Sphynx cat. I did a lot of research and it just seemed like the breed was really perfect for me. I can be like a very like obsessively clean person sometimes. Like it bothers me a lot if my space is messy and pet hair just don't vibe. I really wanted a non-shedding pet, and Kristen has minor cat allergies. Sphynx cats, like no cat is 100% hypoallergenic, obviously, but it does help a lot if they don't have any hair. So, and she's had no issues with him, only having minor allergies. If you have very severe cat allergies, you will probably still be allergic to a Sphynx cat. I researched a few non-shedding cat breeds, and for a while I really wanted a Devon Rex, but what swayed me towards Sphynx cats was all of the research I did seemed to just confirm that they have really loving and dog-like personalities. And I remember telling Kristen this. She's had her skepticisms about Sphynx cats. She just didn't want to like him for the longest time. But you know, she's bonded with the boy, the Bingus Kaushik. She's bonded with him. It's fine. It's fine now. But she had a reservation. She refused to believe me that they had great personalities because they tend to be a little bit scary looking to some people. They tend to have little, like, resting, angry Sphinx face. They don't always look very friendly, but everything I read was just like they're just the friendliest cats. They have very dog-like personalities. And I grew up with a dog, a non-shedding dog. He's Park Poodle. I have a picture of him right here. Look at him. And he's ruined me forever because I specifically wanted a non-shedding, very dog-like cat. So I said, hey, the Sphynx cat is the cat for me. And that means that I have to go to a breeder. So how in the heck does that whole process even work? There are a lot of weird, douchey breeders out there that will charge you like $3,000 for like a perfect purebred specimen with no weird, ugly, asymmetrical markings or anything like that. And I did not vibe. It already feels like weird enough to be like purchasing a living creature that I did not want to go to like a very weird, douchey, objectifying breeder like that. So I weeded out those ones in my area pretty quickly, and I narrowed it down to some that seemed okay, but I still wasn't gonna get a cat from anyone without like going to visit and seeing how they were raised and seeing the cats, etc. So we went to see him. I did not know this before arriving, but the breeders were a lesbian couple as well, and they were so nice. And I saw him, and he was perfect, and I was like, that's it, that's him, that's my Sunboy allowed. Now, having lived with him for a little while, I can confirm what she was telling me originally about him having such a good personality. He's the perfect cat. It felt kind of impulsive to just get a cat earlier than I had been planning, and to go through a move soon, but like, I chose so well. He is the best cat that I have ever met in my entire life. All my friends that I go over to your house and I squish your cats, I love your cats. Your cats are good. I like cats, but this cat is the best cat. My cat is the best cat ever in the world. He's so affectionate. He loves people, even strangers. He's just so friendly. And even when you piss him off, like the most he'll do is like the tiniest little scream in the entire world. Like when you hold him too long and he wants to be put down, he's just like, eh. I'm sorry. He'll never scratch or bite you. Like, he spends all of his, like, sleepy nap time parts of his days curled up either, like, on me while I'm working. Hey, bud. You wanna hold hands? Or right beside Kristen in his little wormhole, which is his DIY cat jungle gym made out of a giant stuffed worm on a beanbag chair. Obviously, doesn't your cat have a wormhole? It can be very distracting, though, to be honest. Like, how is anyone supposed to work like this? How? He's so cute all the time in my good Christian vicinity. Illegal. Illegal. Absolutely illegal. His most secluded spot, like his only, like, alone time spot, is under the bed in my IKEA storage bin. Wait, let me show you this. A boy. For the first couple days that he was here, I think he definitely missed his mom and his litter mates because he would go into the hallway and do like the most like sad, lonely cat meow. He was fine when we were around, like he was super cuddly and playful whenever we were around, but like it's hard to get any privacy in this apartment. There's like 2 rooms. So he would go into the hallway and we'd be out of sight for like 2 seconds and there was no object permanence. He would just go instant emo, like, I cannot see mothers, therefore I am alone forever. Mothers have abandoned me. And we'd be like, dude, no, just come back. Just come out of the hallway. Come out of the emo hallway. I am happy to report at this point he no longer screams in the hallway. So that's good. He's settled in. He seems like a very happy boy. We also have our new place that we're moving to in 2 weeks already. So we've taken him there a couple of times. And he travels super well. We've taken him in Ubers and he doesn't care. He just vibes in his little carrier. The reason I'm telling you this is because I have so many cute videos that I want to show you that are taken at the new house and I don't want you to be like, where is that? So we have a porch there which is just unimaginably luxurious when we've been living in condos for years. And we take him out there and we have a table and we put him in his little crate as like his baby chair at the table. We also took him in a hammock with us and he was just looking at all the birds and the bugs and just the rustling trees and he was just so entranced by the outdoors. Oh, he sees a bug.
He's learning about bugs.
He is.
He's learning about wildlife. He
is wildlife.
This is a geography field trip.
Yes.
He's gonna learn about the birds and the bees.
The bees. And the Binguses. At one point it started absolutely pouring rain and the porch is covered so we were fine. But I thought he was gonna be scared by the noise and he was just like, no, he was just like mesmerized by the falling rain. He's literally the best cat in the world. So my Bingus care essentials. I didn't really go too ham buying him stuff before we got him because you never really know what your cat is gonna like to play with and like what their favorite spots are gonna be and what they're gonna find comfy. My mom also went sugar grandma and bought him this really cute bed. And yet, his favorite spots to lounge during the day are IKEA storage bin under the bed and the wormhole. So, and those are both things that were pre-existing. For his litter box, the breeder gave me this like just really super basic box one. But he's a real digger. So I figured I should get a covered one. I also heard that some cats like privacy in their litter boxes and that's why they like covered ones as well. That part's not really a problem for him. Like this bitch will look you dead in the eyes while taking a shit, no privacy needed, because he's a poopy boy, as we've established. I ordered this fancy like egg spaceship looking one, but it took forever to come in the mail, so I ended up DIYing something out of a moving box. Paid like $50 for the fancy egg, and the DIY one works perfectly. So what I've learned is just should have stuck to my original principle of not buying too much stuff until I actually know what, you know. His favorite toys include Worm on a String, this actual cat toy one that I bought from the dollar store, which just regular worms on a string work too if you don't have the fancy stuff from the dollar store. Sphynx Cats, of course, have some special requirements. Again, if you're thinking of getting one, do your research. I don't think any of the requirements are too difficult, but again, maybe that's because I grew up with a dog. They are more work than like a regular cat. You do have to make sure that they're eating really well. You do have to get them little blankets and things to keep warm. They're going to want to sleep under the covers with you and snuggle. If you're like me and you're used to having a dog or grew up with a dog, but you are living the city 20-something lifestyle and you don't really have time for a dog, Sphynx Cats are a great option. I think they were absolutely a great option for me. And you have to bathe them every 1 to 2 weeks because they can get oily. Because he did start to feel a little bit oily yesterday and I was like, oh, I see now. I see the oily goblin. So I baby wiped him a little bit. That's something that kind of helps to tie you over between baths, but I think I'm going to give him a bath today. I think I'm going to bathe the rat boy. It's Bingus bath time. Oh, I was talking to the camera, not you. Wait, I gotta get Beauty Guru a shot. This is the cutest shampoo that the store had to offer. Or not shampoo, it's body wash. You're supposed to use baby body wash on them.
Babies have body wash?
Yes. Some people say baby shampoo, but I got baby body wash. I'm gonna add a little bit to the water.
Bingus is having a bubble bath.
Okay. Hey. Aw. How are you? How are you doing in here? Are you good? Are you good?
Oh,
no.
Keep an eye on Bingus.
Bingus. You're okay. No. It's okay. It's okay. You're just a little bit damp. It's okay. Okay, no. You're really soapy, so you better not run away right now.
You can't. You're so slippery. He's such a damn chicken. Oh my god.
I'm getting in with you, boy. This is bonding. You see? It's okay. It's okay.
You're okay.
Oh, baby. Okay. You can move. I think I got him.
Okay.
Okay. Damn chicken. Oh! He's so cute.
It's heartbreaking.
Oh, you're so angry, but you're so cute.
You're okay. He is so mad. He's so mad.
I don't know if he enjoyed that so much. The plot has thickened. Some things have happened. I did ask you guys on Instagram, like, what would you be interested in me talking about him? Like, what kinds of things do you want to know about having a Sphynx cat? And most of it was stuff that I've already anticipated and addressed in the first part of this video. A lot of the expected stuff. And then a couple questions that are just gonna, like, haunt me until the day that I die. Like, how would you meet if you just met as humans? And, like, what? What is that? I'm gonna think about that forever. I don't know, but I want to. In other news, we went to visit my parents, we went to their house, and Kaushik got to meet my dog. I wasn't worried about him because the breeder had 2 big dogs. I knew that he was already gonna be comfortable with dogs. We were just worried about the dog because he's never, like, really he's never really met a cat ever. He's 13, he's never met a cat. You know, we were like, what is he gonna do with it? But he pretty much immediately accepted Kaushik as like this, like a weird puppy. I think he just thought it was a really weird puppy. Like I said, he is an elderly dog. He's 13 years old and he just followed the cat around the house. He just followed him everywhere like he was just babysitting this weird puppy. And then we found this meme and so my sister and I and Kristen have just been screaming about this for days because how did they know? Also, well, at my parents' place, we raided my sister's old American Girl doll clothes and found some real winners. In less fun news, the boy is sick. He has, I believe, an upper respiratory infection, which sounds bad, but is basically like the equivalent of a cold in humans. And it happens mostly to cats, well, especially kittens, because they haven't been vaccinated, their immune system is still developing. It happens mostly to kittens who have come from some sort of communal environment, like a shelter or a breeder, because they pretty much just get it from other cats. So we know that whatever he has, he was incubating this before we got him. And these things usually aren't serious unless your cat like has a fever or has trouble eating, which he does not. He's just very sneezy and congested, like sometimes especially at night. You hear him breathing beside you and he sounds like so congested and it's so sad, and his eyes get like really watery and crusty. But he's still playing, he still has his crazy hours where he just zooms all over the apartment. He's still eating normally. He's just goopy. He's just a goopy cat. I already had a very routine, just like, hey, look at my new kitten kind of vet appointment. So we mentioned it when we went there, and they didn't end up giving him his vaccines that he was due for because obviously his immune system is trash right now. So, and they also prescribed him an antibiotic, which isn't helping because it's been like 7 days. I was trying to be optimistic at the time, but looking back, I don't think this vet that we went to passed the vibe check, but I was still just like, my mucusy baby, take my $70 for this antibiotic. Which is to say, I have an appointment with a different vet tomorrow. So that's where I'm at with my goopy cat, and I'm just really hoping that the vet that I go see tomorrow passes the vibe check. It's literally right down the street from the other one. Update on my goopy boy. He's a lot less goopy. We took him to a different vet, which I think is the vet that I'm going to stay with. They confirmed that he did in fact have a respiratory infection, which I'm now realizing the first vet didn't even tell me what he thought my cat had. But because I had done so much of my own research and was just kind of unconsciously just operating with that assumption, this is, I guess, your lesson that if a vet seems shady or isn't helping or doesn't really seem to care about your pet, you don't have to go back there. They don't always know better. I just feel fortunate that I feel like I got a good one on the second time around. They gave him some eye drops, which helped so much with his goopy eyes. They gave him a different antibiotic. You are just so sleepy right now. Thank you so much for watching this tale of me getting a Sphynx cat. The video turned out to be a lot more eventful than I anticipated, even I anticipated when I started making it. There were more bodily fluids than I thought, but I suppose that's parenthood. And what is this? What is this? But an actual human baby. Look at that. What? How you doing there, bud? Oh, you're so baby. Hello. Okay.